What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Lesser Athletes. My name is Chadwell, and today, like always, an interesting video for you here on the channel. Who will dethrone Stephanie Vaquer for the NXT Women's title? We're not talking North American title, we're talking NXT Women's title because she has just won it. It's a major award. I usually do like who will dethrone X champion, and I haven't done it for the North American title for her. I was actually planning on a video for her, but now she's won the NXT title. I'm going to talk about the NXT title specifically. We have, I think, 9 or 10 people today. This women's roster is stacked, and I think a lot of people know that it's stacked. And we're going to really talk about why I think each 10 or why 9. I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to keep it 100. I don't remember how many people are involved. You know, because you'll see in the title. But yeah, we're going to go through and we're going to kind of describe and talk about why each one might win it and why they won't. Starting with Jada Parker. Obviously, Jada Parker is going to get pushed a little bit for WWE when you're looking at what is the future for Jada Parker with her debuting in the Royal Rumble. Something that I did not expect at all. That was a shock in my eyes. But I think it shows that they have a lot of trust in Jada Parker. I think they're going to push Jada Parker to the max. And I'm expecting Jada Parker to be, honestly, North American champion, I think, is on her way. I think already they've kind of pushed her to show her in the title scene because they've already nonstop talked about Stephanie with her, with Julia with her. I believe Jada Parker here soon will win a title in 2025. It's just which title? I don't think it's going to be the NXT title. I don't think she's ready for that. I think it's mid-card title for now. Up next, we have Lola Vice. I have her ahead of Jada Parker because she really was a main player for a long time with big feuds. But the hype's been kind of falling down a little bit. I think Jada Parker could go up there. But I still want to mention her because of how insane she is. These couple of women that I'm going to show, honestly, I don't think are huge threats to the NXT title. I think it's going to be a little bit till we really see them. But I do want to still mention Lola Vice because I think it is a chance of her really proving herself and her really getting involved and possibly, I can see some title shots, but not wins. Up next is Fallon Henley. Now, I might have a tier breaker here because Fallon Henley at least has won the North American title and lost already to Stephanie Vaquer, but I am just not a huge Fallon Henley fan. I don't know why I'm not believing truthfully in the trio. Maybe it's because the only gold they've had is this North American title, and they lost it to Stephanie Vaquer pretty fast, and they won it by having to have 3 people go against Kalani Jordan, which makes Kalani look strong. I don't know. I'm not a huge Fallon Henley fan, and I just don't know why. I really don't know why. I think more than likely, God, I sound so stuffed. Pause. I think more than likely she'll go again for the North American title. That is what my guess is. But I don't entirely see if she's going to get with the North American title. I don't see her going for the NXT title. Maybe she wins the North American title again, but I think JC Jane can win it instead. And then maybe there's like a little mini feud inside the faction, whatever it could be. I just have to believe that Fallon Henley is not ready for the NXT title, so that's why I have her down right here. Cora Jade is somebody that has been in NXT title matches, but truthfully, I just have to say that I think the women in front of her have a better chance. They've kind of pushed her towards TNA right now with having a little mini feud with the TNA kind of relationship, and you know what? I just got to be honest with you. I don't see Cora Jade winning this title. I know she is, came back from injury. She did well. I still have to believe that Cora Jade, in the future for Cora Jade, more than likely is NXT Gold. I just don't think it's the title. I think there's just better women to win the title. I think there's women that are going to be proving themselves a little more. I just have to believe that Cora Jade's not winning this title yet. Maybe in the future, just not yet. I think the injury has set her back a little bit, but she is still a great talent nonetheless. I would say there's a maybe, no, after Zarya maybe. There's a tier breaker. Zarya is, funny enough, I thought when she would come onto the roster, would show and wreak havoc and immediately look strong. She has looked strong, but she's a tag team with Sol Ruca. Now, I do believe this tag team is going to fall out a little bit. Maybe Zarya turning heel on Sol Ruca if Sol Ruca wins something solo. I think that's a good way to have a little big feud with them. But Zarya, I think it's, again, another one that I see North American title and not NXT title. I think Zarya makes a lot of sense when you're thinking of the free agent coming, winning the gold already. It makes a ton of sense, but I just don't see her, especially if she's not really getting the pins. Sol Ruca's getting the pins. Zarya right now, I don't see NXT title. So now I would probably have a tier breaker because Kalani Jordan did win the first ever North American title. It kind of shot her up for me. And then she lost it because she had to go against 3 women. So this gritty Kalani Jordan we're getting, I'm starting to believe in more than not. I think Kalani Jordan could have a good chance at NXT title, now that the women are kind of getting injured or leaving the brand, depending on you looking at Roxanne. I have to say, I think Kalani Jordan has a good chance at this. I think when you think of maybe she's going to be more gritty, maybe not fully heel, but turn gritty, and going against Stephanie Vaquer, maybe she uses underhand tactics to win. It could be like Trick Williams, where he's now gritty and more, I don't care about you, I only care about the title. So maybe that is Kalani Jordan for the future, and maybe Kalani Jordan wins in that way. I would stand with this. I really like this kind of pick for an NXT title winner. So now I think we're in my top 3, if I'm not mistaken. I think so, or top 4, whatever it might be. I have Sol Ruca really, really high, and I need to tell you why. Sol Ruca, I'm recording this on Monday night, technically before Monday Night Raw. Sol Ruca, to me, I have to be honest, screams superstar in WWE. I'm a huge, huge, huge Sol Ruca fan. And gotta be honest with you, I just believe Sol Ruca is probably, with the U.S. Championship matches, with the pins on Chelsea Green, with picking up the wins for her, her finisher is one of the best finishers I've ever seen in my life. Sol Ruca, to me, is up and coming. I think the North American title back in summer would have made the most sense to give to her. But let me be honest here. They didn't. And I think it's because they're starting to believe in her a little bit. And I could see her just winning the NXT title instead of the North American title. Sol Ruca is an insane talent. She is, truthfully, out of the whole roster, I would say, other than Jordynne Grace, probably the most. She's very raw, but she could be main roster ready. I think she'd get the hype. People go crazy. Sol Ruca's next. And gotta be honest with you, I think she could win the title. I think she's that good. Okay, so yes, that was my third. This is my second. I have Jordynne Grace. The only thing I would put her number 1 is because I think they're going to move her to main roster sooner rather than later. I know that they could keep her with NXT for the year, keep growing her, whatever, but she is main roster ready. She could easily go against the main roster and have great matchups in the roster. I understand putting the NXT title on her makes a lot of sense, but I just don't see it, and I don't think it's going to happen. So that's the only reason why I have her at 2. I would have her in 1 if it wasn't for that. But I have Julia again. I think they're going to make Julia a 2-time winner, and I think this is why. She only lost it because of quote-unquote injury. She lost it because of a visa issue, potentially. There's not good enough reasons that wasn't storyline to say she was going to lose it. She was going to hold on that title for a while. I think out of the whole roster, the 2 people I can for sure say probably stays on NXT longer is going to be Stephanie Vaquer and Julia. And I think they're going to finish it, and then next year they're going to come up to the main roster. That's what I'm expecting, and I think it makes sense, so there's still a huge attraction for the next full year. I just have to believe that Julia more than likely will win that title again from her, so they have a great feud. I don't think it's Julia becoming a crazy heel. I don't think it's anything like that. I just have to believe that with already their kind of thing that they had going on, Julia coming back and winning that title back from her is probably the route I would go with this. And I don't think Stephanie will lose this title for a while. I think you're looking for a long time. She probably loses the North American title at Stand and Deliver, and then, like, let me say this. If they're doing Stand and Deliver, I'm guessing Stephanie's going to have a Stand and Deliver match there and another Stand and Deliver match with the title. And she loses the North American title first. So that is what I'm guessing, and then they'll have the NXT title later on get with Julia. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.